Evil is evil is evil. What a mess. Let me go to Kevin out of Ohio. Kevin, welcome to the show. Thanks for holding.
So you want to know what's fun? Something that I noticed. It is pertaining to our last conversation. How can you say that you get your moral from God, but when I say we get our moral from God, you got to question me.
Oh, I forgot Jaden. I was talking to Jaden. I forgot. Jaden, I'll come right to you in a minute. Sorry. Go ahead, Kevin.
How can you say you get your morals from God, but then when I say we get our morals from God, you question me?
And how did I don't remember the apologize, but how did I question you?
When I said that we get our morals from God, you question and ask do how do I get my morals from God?
And how
But
do you
you
get them
said it
from God?
also.
How do you get them from God?
All right, let me answer that real quick.
Okay.
The way we don't necessarily have to get it from God. There are ways that we can get our morals from God. Basically, God's standard is basically us getting our morals from God.
And how do
For
you get
example,
them?
like I don't want to repeat what I said last time,
Okay.
but because of God's standard, because of God's holy standard, you can get certain morals from from His standard, and apply it to life.
How?
Life, life. For example, um, we we in the Old Testament we could not keep the Ten Commandments at all. We could
Right.
not keep it. We broke them. We could not keep it at all. But say, for example, if someone had like a high moral standard of they felt killing was wrong, they felt murder was wrong, you would ask them why they felt it was wrong, because God said it was wrong. So that's sort of like an example of certain people can get their morals from God, but you can also get your morals from your life experiences. You can get a lot of times you get your morals from parents. You agree on that too, right?
No.
Yes, you do.
Well, the one
But
he said, yes, you do. The ones that you get from your parents are not moral standards. That's why they don't
no,
work.
no, I'm not saying moral stand. I'm saying you can get like certain moral values from your parents. You can
No,
get
no, they
moral
don't
values
work. Those
from.
are fake values. They don't work.
They might not work, but they still moral values. You get moral values from life experiences. But I really don't want to spend too much time on that because that's not why I'm calling.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But I say that because like 3 years ago you had a video. It's actually in your angry callers playlist. Before a guy hung up, he asked where you got your moral values from, and your exact words was from God. Where else I'm gonna get it, man? So that's why I kind of was like, you questioned me when I said we get our morals from God, but you also said that.
But
But
you heard that you get them from God, but you don't really you don't know believe it, because if you believed it, you would know how you get them from God.
all right,
But you don't know
um,
how you get them from God, right?
I already explained that. I already explained certain ways we can get it from God.
Have you dropped your moral standards?
Certain ones, no.
Why
Certain ones,
not?
no.
Which one? Give me, because of time. Give me one that you have not dropped.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend too much time on that.
Right. Just give me a quick one that you have not dropped.
Hmm. Quick one. I do think the death penalty isn't right. I think the death penalty is wrong.
Oh.
So that's a moral value. I think that's wrong. Others may think that's different. You may think is right, but I think the death penalty is wrong. So I don't want to spend too
Right.
much time on that.
Go
But
ahead.
you had a biblical question 3 years ago that said, "How can we hold others accountable if we have no free will?" Yeah, I know you laughing, but
I'm laughing because I
um,
can't remember 3 years ago. It reminded me of that guy that called about 5 years ago. He called about
Yeah, I
something
know.
I interviewed from 5 years ago
But
or
but
6 years
I say
ago.
that because it kind of ties into what we talked about before. When I say that, how can you tell people that they aren't responsible for their actions?
Because they're not.
They are.
How?
Like I told you last time, the devil cannot make you do anything. All he can do is bark. We can have places, we have people, places, and things that will impact our behavior. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your decision to make that choice.
If the devil can't make you do anything, why you been doing so many things that are wrong?
Man, you didn't ask me that question last week.
And what did you tell me?
Uh, I told you that whatever I decided to do, whether it was good or bad, if it was bad, it was probably because of the thrill. But at the end of the day, I still made that decision. I still made the decision. So
But
I am still accountable for what I did.
but why would
So,
you make a decision to do bad, to do wrong, to make yourself do wrong? Why
come
would
on, man.
you
You asked me that last week.
why would you make that decision for yourself?
Like I told you last time, it was probably because of the thrill.
But
So,
that's not it. Then you do it for the thrill, but it's not you that's causing you to do it.
can I use that when I die? And it is time for me to answer to Jesus. Can I use that? Can I say whatever I did was not my choice? Whatever I did, I'm not responsible for what I did. The devil made me do it. Can I say that to Jesus?
Well, and why don't you say that now so you don't have to die? You'll have life forever.
No, I'm talking about the physical death. When I am standing in front of Jesus, can I say that the devil made me do it? I am not responsible for anything that I did on earth.
I don't know. That's between you and Jesus. I can't make that decision.
Is Jesus going to hold us accountable for what we do?
No.
Lie again.
You said lie again?
Yeah.
What what did I lie about that time?
You just said no. You said it real quick too. That disturbed me.
I didn't say no. Jesus
No, you
will
said
not
as
hold
soon as I
you.
said it, you was like, no. That you said it real quick. That really disturbs me
Why?
because in the Bible it says Jesus will hold us accountable for everything that we do.
No, he's not.
2 Corinthians 5, chapter 5, verse 10. For we must appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due us for the things done while in the body, whether good or bad. So at judgment, Jesus will hold us accountable for everything we have done in the flesh. So
No.
how can you tell people they are not responsible for anything that they do, good or bad?
So that they can see that it's not them, it's something else driving them. Now it's their responsibility to work on themselves, to wake up, meaning to admit that you're evil so you can overcome the evil, or you can stay in the evil. But it's not you, but it's evil driving you. And if you overcome evil, then you're driven by good. But it's not you either way.
Why don't you run a red light, Jesse?
Why do I run a red light?
Yeah,
I don't want to kill myself. I don't want a
you
ticket.
don't want to. You don't want to kill yourself. You don't want to take it
But
right.
that's a practical thing. It wouldn't be practical for me to run the red light.
Okay, okay, not practical. Like I said, the example I made last week. If you know that you say you hate Joel, the anchor baby, y'all going out to dinner, y'all going out to get some drinks. You are the designated driver. They are shit drunk. They ask you to take a drink. You say no because you are the designated driver. Are you making that decision yourself?
That's a practical decision, absolutely.
That's not.
But even then,
Okay.
you make an interesting point because even when making that decision, it is God who gave me the common sense to make that decision. I can't
Right.
even
The
make
common sense. Your common sense is
I
your
can't even
conscience.
make that decision on my own. God is in control of all that.
Your common sense is your conscience. but you can still have the devil in your ear telling you, go ahead and take a drink.
Not if you have common sense.
That's your conscience. So you know right from wrong. So you
No, you
know
don't.
that taking a drink is wrong. So you won't take a drink because you know it is wrong
You're
to take a
talking
drink
about
while you are a designated driver.
you're missing practical things with non-practical things, and I think that's where you're confused. But let me do
What
this
would be non-practical?
for you to think that you're in control of your own life.
Okay, if you and your friends are in the car, they
Now
tell you
you're
they about to
going
go
right
rob
back
a
to practical things.
they tell you they about to go rob a bank. They want you to go with them. Can you decide to say, all right, I want some money? Or can you say, no, let me out the car. I don't
Because
want to
that's
do this.
practical, man.
Come on, man. You gonna name everything practical?
That's what you're calling practical. I gave you a good example that you think you're in control of your life and you're not. You think you're making your own decision. You have never made a decision in your whole life, and you never will.
I think
But
I have.
Kevin, call me tomorrow about that because of time. Call me tomorrow on this. Can you do that? Or the next
I gotta
day.
call you. I gotta call you next week because I'm gonna be
Okay.
at work.
All right, call me the next time you can, and I'll spend a little bit more time with you on this. All right.
All right.
All right.